The warning lights turned red all at once. Sam Griffin grabbed the edge of his chair as the whole ship shook hard. He had been a cargo captain for 20 years, and he knew that sound. Something very bad had just happened to his engines. "Lucy, talk to me," he shouted into the comm system. Lucy Tate's voice came back fast and worried. "Captain, the main engine is dead. I mean completely dead. Something burned out the whole power system. We are running on backup now, but that will not last long." Sam looked at the star map on his screen. They were nowhere near human space. A navigation error had pulled them off course 3 days ago, and now they were drifting in a part of the galaxy that no human had ever visited before. Ben Carter, his first officer, came to stand beside him. "How bad is it?" "Very bad," Sam said. "We have maybe 6 hours of life support left. No way to call for help. No one knows where we are." Amy Shaw, the medical officer, joined them on the bridge. Her face was pale. "Is there anything we can do?" Sam shook his head slowly. He had faced hard times before, but this was different. This time, there was no way out. They were going to die here, alone in the dark between stars. The 4 of them sat in silence for a long time. Lucy came up from the engine room and sat down too. There was nothing more she could do down there. The Wanderer was finished. Then Ben pointed at the screen. "Captain, there is something out there." Sam looked up. A ship was approaching them. It was not a human ship. The design was strange, with long curved wings and a dark metal body. It looked like nothing Sam had ever seen before. "Who are they?" Amy asked. "I do not know," Sam said, "but they found us." The comm system made a noise. Someone was trying to talk to them. Sam pressed the button to answer. A voice came through, speaking in a language Sam did not understand. Then there was a pause, and the voice spoke again, this time in broken but clear human words. "Unknown vessel, you are in space, state your purpose." Sam leaned forward. "This is Captain Sam Griffin of the cargo ship Wanderer. We are humans. Our engines are dead and we are dying. We need help." There was a long silence. Sam could hear his own heart beating. He expected them to leave. Why would strangers help them? Every story he had ever heard about first contact with aliens ended badly. But then the voice came back. "Hold your position, we are coming." An hour later, Sam stood at the airlock as it opened. The aliens who walked in were tall, with gray skin and large dark eyes. They moved slowly and carefully as if every step was important. The one in front was young, Sam could tell, though he did not know how he knew. "I am," she said. "We will take your ship to our station for repairs." Sam stared at her. "Why, you do not know us, you owe us nothing." Tilted her head like she did not understand the question. "You were dying. What else would we do?" Sam did not have an answer for that. The ship connected to the Wanderer with strong cables and began to pull them through space. Sam watched from the window as they passed through a cloud of purple gas and came to a huge station. It was old, he could see that. Parts of it looked broken and never fixed. When they docked, a group of older were waiting. They did not look happy. Sam heard them arguing within their own language. He did not understand the words, but he understood the meaning. They were angry that she had brought outsiders here. One of them stepped forward. He was old, very old, with lines on his gray face and eyes that had seen many years. "I am Elder," he said. "You are the first outsiders to enter our space in 500 years." Sam nodded slowly. "We did not mean to come here, we were lost." "I know," said. "Acted without permission when she brought you here. Some of my people think she made a mistake." "Did she?" Sam asked. Looked at him for a long moment. Then something changed in his eyes, something soft. "No," he said. "She did what was right. You were dying. We could not simply watch." Sam felt his throat get tight. He had expected suspicion. He had expected fear. He had not expected kindness. "Thank you," he said. "I do not know how to repay this." Raised a hand. "There is nothing to repay. A life saved is not a debt. It is simply the right thing to do." Sam looked at his crew. Lucy was crying quietly. Ben stood very still. Amy had her hand over her heart. They had been saved by strangers who wanted nothing in return. In all his years traveling the stars, Sam had never seen anything like it. That night, as they slept in small rooms they gave them, Sam lay awake thinking. He thought about who had risked trouble to save them. He thought about Elder, who had called it simply the right thing. And he made a promise to himself. If he ever had the chance to help these people in return, he would do it, no matter what it cost, no matter how long it took. Humans did not forget kindness. Sam Griffin would make sure of that. 6 months passed on the station. The repairs to the Wanderer were slow because they did not have many spare parts. They were using what little they had to help strangers, and Sam noticed this every day. He also noticed other things. The station was too quiet. There were not many young walking around. Most of the people he saw were old. The hallways felt empty, like a house where most of the family had moved away. Lucy spent a lot of time with. The two had become friends, even though they came from different worlds. Sam would see them sitting together, Lucy teaching human songs and telling her stories about Earth, listened with her big dark eyes full of wonder. "Your world sounds beautiful," said one day. "So many people, so much life." Lucy smiled. "It is. Maybe you can visit someday." His face changed. She looked sad. "I do not think so. They do not travel far anymore. We stay here, we wait." "Wait for what?" Lucy asked. Did not answer. Sam found out the truth one evening when Elder asked to speak with him alone. They sat in a small room with a window that looked out at the stars, moved slowly, like every movement hurt him. "I want to tell you something," said. "Something we do not share with outsiders, but you have lived among us now. You have seen us. I think you deserve to know." Sam nodded. "I am listening." Took a long breath. 500 years ago, a plague came to our people. It was a sickness we could not stop. It killed half of our population in just 10 years. We thought we would all die. Sam felt cold. "I am sorry." "We survived," continued. "But the plague did something to us. Our children became few, very few. Each generation there are less of us than before. We have tried everything, but nothing works." "How long?" Sam asked quietly. Closed his eyes. 3 generations, maybe 4, then there will be no more. Sam sat in silence. He looked out the window at the stars. Somewhere out there was Earth, full of life and noise and millions of people. And here were they, quietly waiting to disappear. "We became isolationist after the plague," said. "We were afraid. We thought if we stayed away from others we would be safe. But safety did not save us. We are still dying, just more slowly." "Elder," Sam said carefully, "humans have good medical science. We have helped other species before. Maybe we could help you." Shook his head. "No, we did not save you to create a debt. We do not take charity. What we did because it was right." "This is not charity," Sam said. "This is friendship." Smiled sadly. "You are kind, Captain, but they have been alone for a long time. We do not know how to accept help anymore." The repairs finished a week later. The Wanderer was ready to fly again. Sam gathered his crew in the cargo bay for one last talk. "Listen," he said, "these people saved our lives. They used their own supplies to fix our ship. They gave us food and rooms and friendship, and they are dying." Lucy wiped her eyes. "What can we do?" "I do not know yet," Sam said, "but I am going to find out. When we get home, I am going straight to Earth. I am going to talk to anyone who will listen. They helped us when they had no reason to. Now we are going to help them." Ben put his hand on Sam's shoulder. "I am with you, Captain." "Me too," Amy said. Lucy nodded, "all the way." They went to say goodbye to an elder. The old stood at the docking bay, watching the humans prepare to leave. "Thank you," Sam said, "for everything." Nodded. "Go safely, Captain. Return to your people live well." Sam stepped closer. Elder, I want you to remember something. You saved us when you had no reason to. If you ever need us, if you ever need anything at all, send word. Humans remember kindness. Smiled, but Sam could see he did not believe it. You are good people, but you will go home and forget us. That is how it always is. No, Sam said firmly, that is not how humans are. He shook his hand, then turned and walked onto his ship. Lucy hugged tightly. I will see you again, she whispered. I promise. His eyes were wet. I hope so. The Wanderer lifted off from the station and moved away into the darkness of space. Sam sat in the captain's chair and looked at the star map. The fastest route home was to the left. He looked at it for a long moment. Then he pressed a button and set a different course. Not toward home, toward Earth's central government. Ben looked at him. Captain. We are not going home, Sam said. We are going to get help, real help, whatever it takes. The ship jumped into faster-than-light travel, and the station disappeared behind them. But Sam could still see a sad smile in his mind. The old alien thought they would forget. He thought kindness was something people did once and then moved on. He did not understand humans at all. Sam was going to show him 2 years. That was how long Sam Griffin spent fighting. He talked to politicians on Earth. Most of them did not care. There were nobody, they said, a small species in a far corner of the galaxy. They had nothing to offer humanity. No trade goods, no military power, no reason to spend resources on them. They saved my life, Sam told them. They saved my crew. That is a nice story, one senator said, but we cannot build foreign policy on nice stories. Sam left that meeting feeling angry, but he did not give up. He never gave up. Lucy worked beside him every day. She wrote letters to scientists and doctors. She told them about the plague, about their fertility problems, about a whole species slowly dying. Some scientists laughed at her, others ignored her, but a few listened. Ben used his military contacts. He found officers who cared about more than just war. He found people who believed that humanity should stand for something good. They were few, but they were loud. Amy did research. She spent months studying everything humans knew about fertility medicine and genetic repair. She built a report showing exactly what human technology could do to help The science was sound. The solution was possible. All they needed was the will to try. The breakthrough came from an unexpected place. A young reporter heard Sam's story and wanted to write about it. She interviewed him for 3 hours, asking every question she could think of. Then she published her article. It spread everywhere. People read about the 4 stranded humans who were saved by aliens who asked for nothing. They read about Elder's words. You were dying. What else would we do? They read about a species facing extinction who still took the time to help strangers. And something happened that the politicians did not expect. Ordinary people responded. Donations came from everywhere, small amounts and large amounts, from rich families and from children who sent their allowance money. Letters arrived by the thousands. How can we help? People asked. What do they need? Volunteers signed up. Doctors who wanted to use their skills for something important. Engineers who wanted to build instead of just maintain. Teachers, farmers, builders, dreamers. All kinds of people who heard the story and felt something move in their hearts. The government could not ignore it anymore. When millions of people demanded action, even the coldest politician had to listen. Sam was called to the United Human Territories Assembly. He stood in front of 300 representatives and told his story one more time. When he finished, there was silence in the Great Hall. Then one representative stood up. I move that we fund a humanitarian mission to space, she said. Another stood. I second the motion. The vote passed. Not everyone agreed, but enough did. Humanity would help Building the fleet took 6 months. 12 ships filled with everything they might need. Medical equipment, genetic research tools, terraforming machines to help restore their dying colony worlds. Food, medicine, hope. Sam was given command of the flagship. They called it the Herald of Dawn. He chose his crew carefully. Lucy would be his chief engineer again. Ben would be his first officer. Amy would lead the medical team. On the day they launched, Sam stood on the bridge and looked out at the other 11 ships flying in formation behind him. Each one carried people who had chosen to leave their homes and travel across the galaxy to help strangers. Lucy stood beside him. "We are probably the strangest invasion force in history," she said with a small smile. Sam laughed. "We are not invading anything, we are just keeping a promise." "Do you think they will remember us?" Lucy asked. Of course they will remember. They saved our lives." "No," Lucy said. "I mean, do you think they will believe we came back, said we would forget?" Sam thought about that. "I think," he said slowly, "that they have been alone for so long they forgot what it feels like to have friends. We are going to remind them." The fleet jumped into faster-than-light travel. The stars stretched into lines of light around them, and then they were moving through the space between spaces, crossing distances that would take normal ships 1,000 years. Sam sat in his chair and thought about and all the waiting in their quiet station. They did not know what was coming. They had no idea that millions of humans had heard their story and decided to act. He hoped they would not be afraid. 2 weeks later, the fleet dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of space. Alarms immediately started ringing. "Captain," Ben said urgently, "we have company." Sam looked at the screen. Dozens of warships were moving toward them. They had come out of hiding from behind moons and asteroids. The entire military fleet was surrounding them. A voice came over the comm system. "Unknown vessels, you are in space. State your intentions or be destroyed." Sam took a deep breath. This was the moment everything depended on. "This is Captain Sam Griffin of the human vessel Herald of Dawn," he said. "We come in peace. We come with gifts. We come because you helped us once and we have not forgotten." Silence. Then the voice spoke again, cold and hard. "Hold your position. Any ship that moves will be fired upon." The standoff had begun. 3 days passed. The human fleet did not move. The warships kept their weapons pointed at them. No one slept well. Commander was the leader of the military. Sam had learned his name from the communications they exchanged. Did not trust the humans at all. No outsider fleet had ever entered space. As far as was concerned, this was an invasion. "You must leave," said over the comm system on the second day. "We do not want your help. We do not need your help." "We are not leaving," Sam replied calmly. "We came here to repay a kindness. We will wait as long as we need to." "Then you will die waiting." Sam said nothing. He simply waited. On the third day, Lucy received a private message on a strange frequency. It was from the young had been trying to reach them in secret. "Captain," Lucy said, running onto the bridge, "is alive. She works as a diplomat now. She knows we are here. She is trying to bring Elder to speak with you." Sam felt hope rise in his chest. Can she do it? "She is trying, but Commander does not want anyone talking to us. She is taking a big risk." Sam nodded. "Tell her thank you. Tell her we are not going anywhere." Hours passed. The tension on the Herald of Dawn was heavy. Everyone knew that one mistake could start a war. One nervous gunner. One misunderstood signal. Everything they had worked for could end in fire. Then something changed on the sensors. A small ship was leaving the main station and flying toward the human fleet. It was not a warship. It was a transport vessel. "Commander is hailing us," Ben reported. Sam answered, "Yes, Commander." "A diplomatic vessel is approaching your fleet," said. His voice was angry. "Elder insisted on meeting you personally. I advised against this, but he would not listen. If any harm comes to him, you will all die. Do you understand?" "I understand," Sam said. No harm will come to him, you have my word. The transport vessel docked with the Herald of Dawn. Sam went to the airlock himself to meet it. When the door opened, walked out first. She looked older than Sam remembered, more serious. But when she saw Lucy standing behind Sam, her face broke into a smile. "You came back," whispered. "You actually came back." "We promised," Lucy said. Then Elder stepped through the airlock. He moved even more slowly now than he had 2 years ago. His gray skin had more lines, his dark eyes looked tired. But when he saw Sam, something flickered in them. Surprise, confusion, wonder. "Captain Griffin said, 'What have you done?'" Sam led him to the observation deck where they could see the whole human fleet through the large windows. 12 ships filled with medicine and equipment, and people who wanted to help. "You asked nothing of us," Sam said. "You saved us because it was right. Now we are here because it is right. You are dying, Elder. Let us help you live." Stared at the ships. His hands were shaking. "I do not understand. We gave you so little, a tow to our station, some repairs, a few months of shelter." "You gave us our lives," Sam said. "You gave us hope when we had none, and you asked for nothing. That is not small, Elder. That is everything." Turned to look at Sam. His eyes were wet. Sam had never seen a cry before. He was not even sure they could cry, but there were tears running down his gray face. "In all our history," said, his voice breaking, "no species has ever returned a kindness shown to them. We help others and they leave and they forget. That is how the galaxy works. That is what we expected." "That is not how humans work," Sam said simply. Reached out and took Sam's hand. His grip was weak but warm. "I am old, Captain. I have seen many things, but I have never seen anything like this. I did not believe it was possible." Sam squeezed his hand gently. "Believe it." Wiped his eyes. Then he straightened his back and took a deep breath. "I must speak to Commander. The military must stand down. You are not invaders. You are friends." He walked back to the transport vessel with beside him. Before she left, turned to Lucy. "Thank you," she said. "Thank you for keeping your promise." Lucy hugged her. "This is just the beginning." An hour later, Commander's voice came over the comm system again. This time he sounded different, not angry anymore, almost embarrassed. "Human vessels," he said. "Elder has ordered me to stand down. You are welcome in space. We will escort you to our—" Sam smiled. "Thank you, Commander." There was a pause, then said quietly, "I did not believe you were real. I thought it was a trick. I was wrong." "You were protecting your people," Sam said. "There is no shame in that." The warships moved aside. The human fleet began to move forward, guided by their escort. Ahead of them, the waited. The real work was about to begin. 5 years changed everything. Human doctors worked side by side with scientists. They studied the plague that had damaged the people. They ran thousands of tests. They failed many times, but they never stopped trying. In the 3rd year, Amy Shaw and her team found the answer. The plague had left marks in the genetic code, like scars that never healed. Human medicine could not remove the scars, but it could help the body work around them. New treatments were developed. New hope was born. Birth rates tripled in the 1st year after the treatment began. For the first time in 500 years, they had more children than they could remember. The sound of young voices filled the quiet halls of their stations. Laughter returned to a people who had forgotten how to laugh. Human engineers helped restore 3 colony worlds that they had abandoned long ago. They fixed broken machines and cleaned poisoned air. They planted gardens and built homes. Slowly, the spread out again, no longer crowded into a few dying stations. Sam watched it all with quiet pride. This was what humanity could do when it chose to, not conquer, not dominate, just help. But not everyone was happy. There was an elder named who had never trusted the humans. He led a small group of who believed this was all a trick. They thought the humans had a hidden plan. They thought no species could be this kind without wanting something in return. They will show their true colors eventually, said to his followers. They will demand payment. They will try to control us. All kindness hides a knife. His group was small, but they were determined. In the 5th year, they decided to prove their point. They planned to destroy the main medical facility where human and doctors worked together. If the facility was gone, believed, the alliance would fall apart. They would see that they could not depend on outsiders. Ben discovered the plot 2 days before it was supposed to happen. One of his followers had doubts and came to him in secret. Ben ran to Sam with the information. "Captain, we can stop them. We have enough security forces to arrest them all before they do anything." Sam shook his head. "No." Ben stared at him. "What do you mean, no? They are going to blow up the medical facility. People will die." "I know," Sam said. "But think about what happens if we arrest them. Humans taking prisoners, using force against them. Will say we showed our true colors. He will say we are conquerors pretending to be friends." "So what do we do?" Sam stood up. "We tell Elder we let them handle their own people. This is their home. They need to protect it themselves." It was a risk, a huge risk, but Sam believed it was the right thing to do. He went to and told him everything. The old elder listened in silence. His face grew sad when he heard about his plan. "I know," said. "He lost his family to the plague. He has been angry for a very long time. He does not know how to trust anymore." "What will you do?" Sam asked. Thought for a long moment. "I will stop him, but I will not destroy him. Anger and fear are not crimes. Actions are." Gathered the council and confronted publicly. The whole species watched as the 2 elders stood face to face. "These humans came with ships full of medicine, not weapons," said. "They asked for nothing. They stayed for years. They saved our children. What more proof do you need?" Had no answer. His followers looked at each other and slowly stepped away from him. The plan fell apart without a single shot fired. And his closest followers were sent into exile on a distant moon. They would live, but they would live alone. It was Sam who quietly asked for mercy instead of execution. The old elder agreed. A ceremony was held to mark the 5th year of the alliance. Humans and gathered together under a sky that was clear for the first time in centuries. Sam stood beside Elder on a platform where everyone could see them. Spoke first. His voice was stronger than it had been in years. The medicine had helped him too. 5 years ago, 4 humans drifted into our space. They were dying. We helped them because it was right. We expected nothing in return. We thought they would go home and forget us." He turned to look at Sam. "We were wrong. We did not understand what humans are. We did not know that a kindness shown to them stays in their hearts forever. We did not know they would come back with everything they had just because we helped them once." Looked out at the crowd, at humans and standing together, working together, laughing together. Today, our children play with human children. Our scientists work beside human scientists. Our future, which we thought was ending, is now beginning again. All because of one small act of kindness that we never thought would matter. Sam stepped forward. "Humanity has a saying. We have many sayings, actually. We like to talk a lot." The crowd laughed. "But this is the one that matters," Sam continued. "A debt of kindness is never really repaid. It just grows. You helped us, so we helped you, and now we are family. And family helps each other forever." The crowd cheered. Lucy stood with, both of them crying happy tears. Ben was smiling wider than Sam had ever seen. Amy was surrounded by young medical students who looked at her like she was their hero. Later that night, Sam walked through a garden on one of the restored colony worlds. He watched children chasing human children through the flowers. He heard their laughter mixing together, 2 languages but one joy. He thought about that day 5 years ago when his ship broke down in empty space. He thought about how sure he had been that they were going to die. He thought about simple words. "You were dying. What else would we do?" that had learned something important, something that would spread across the galaxy in the years to come, passed from species to species like a gift. A kindness shown to humans is never forgotten, and the return will always astonish you.